Let's take a quick look at another major player in the nutritional arena who's taken on the role of defending your health: phytonutrients. Not exactly vitamins, and not exactly minerals either. Phytonutrients are powerful compounds acting as cell guardians that contribute to the flavor, color, and disease resistance of plants. Many phytonutrients have antioxidant properties. You can get maximum health benefits by consuming a variety of phytonutrients with a full spectrum of colors and pigments, such as those found in MonaV products. You'll find it easy to recall that phytonutrients are powerful defenders of your health when you remember that phytonutrients fight for you. Obviously, the reason why you'll want to remember that phytonutrients fight for you, along with everything else you've learned today, is because at this point, you're probably getting excited about sharing what you know with others. Just a few words of caution. Because MonaV products possess tremendous health benefits, there is sometimes a natural inclination to tout them as remedies for health conditions or diseases. MonaV products are foods and are not intended to prevent, treat, or cure any disease or medical condition. When discussing MonaV product attributes, of course, it's never appropriate or ethical to make inaccurate claims. Therefore, it's important that we always position the products strictly as foods. Foods are intended to provide your body with the nutrition necessary to maintain and promote good health. And as foods, MonaV products do the same. MonaV has specific approved guidelines about product claims that will help you stay on safe ground. But rather than focusing too much on what you cannot say, here are some things you definitely can say about acai specifically. The acai berry has been prized for centuries as a source of health and longevity. MonaV freeze-dried acai is unparalleled in its antioxidant strength. Preclinical research on the freeze-dried acai used in MonaV products shows it to have one of the highest tested antioxidant capacities of any fruit or vegetable. On a gram-for-gram basis, MonaV's freeze-dried acai has a higher ORAC score than any other fruit or vegetable tested to date, boasting an antioxidant capacity more than 15 times higher than blueberries and more than 20 times higher than raspberries. And finally, a nutritional analysis of the freeze-dried acai used in MonaV products found it to have anthocyanins, proanthocyanidins, and other beneficial flavonoids. Now that's a mouthful. So let's take a time out to let you practice these official claim statements so you can feel comfortable with them and get a few under your belt. Let's use another imagination exercise that we think will help. But first, let's listen to how an expert couches one of the claims in normal everyday language without compromising the integrity of the content.
I'm actually glad you asked me about that, Monica. I know a lot of people have that same question because they want to know if it's just our opinions or if there's a way to back it all up. So, okay, the acai we use really is the best there is. I mean, it's really better than anything else out there because they've done a lot of testing on this and they really know what they're talking about. You see, what they do first is they freeze-dry it because that's the best way to keep all the nutrients in the fruit. You can do it other ways too, but freeze-drying is the best. So because the fruit still has its natural properties, the antioxidants are just through the roof. I mean, seriously, it's just loaded. And you know, some of the testing they did shows that it has one of the highest antioxidant levels of any other fruit or vegetable on Earth. These are studies that you can read about anywhere, and I can get you some more information on that later. But what I'm saying is that MonaV can fight free radicals in a way that nobody else can.
Hopefully that example helped. And now it's your turn. This is a picture of Cheryl. Imagine that she's visiting with you today to learn more about MonaV. She just asked you to explain more about the acai berry. First, take a moment to read these statements out loud, word for word. Next, look directly at Cheryl and introduce yourself like you normally would with a real person. Then explain the claim statements to her using your own personal style without compromising the integrity of the content. Feeling a little silly? You should. You're talking to a computer. But this should get you started in the right direction. When you're through, if possible, repeat this exercise again with the nearest real live human being. But don't be afraid to sound a little silly at first, because you will. Admittedly, these statements are a bit cumbersome. Just keep practicing and soon it'll sound natural. Please note that you are required to be aware of claim statement differences in countries where you do business.